Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Leo and Mia English Podcast. I'm Leo, and today is a very special episode. It's our final episode of the Daily Habits series, episode 10.
Hi, friends. I'm Mia, and what a journey it has been. Over the past 9 episodes, we've talked about morning routines, exercise, eating, sleep, work, phone habits, reading, cleaning, and money. That's a lot of habits.
And today, we're going to bring it all together with the most important topic of the whole series: how to actually build a new habit and make it stick for good. Because knowing what to do is easy. Actually doing it every day, that's the real challenge.
Level B1 today. Rich vocabulary, deep ideas, and a conversation that ties together everything we've learned. Let's make this final episode count.
Mia, before we start, I have to ask, looking back at all 10 episodes, which habit from this series have you actually tried? And did any of them stick for you?
Great question. Honestly, the one that made the biggest difference for me was the evening reset from episode 8. Spending 10 minutes tidying before bed. It sounds so small, but waking up to a clean home every morning genuinely changed my mood and my whole morning routine.
I love that. For me, I actually started tracking my spending after episode 9. I was shocked, genuinely shocked, to see where my money was going. Streaming services I forgot about, coffee every single day, delivery fees adding up. It was an eye-opener.
That's the power of awareness. You can't change what you can't see. And listeners, which habit from this series have you tried? Was there one episode that really spoke to you?
But here's the thing. Most people listen to episodes like this, feel very motivated for a day or two, and then go back to their old habits. Why does that happen? And how do we stop it?
That's exactly the question we're going to answer today. And honestly, understanding why habits fail is the first step to making them succeed.
Perfect. Let's understand habits deeply and finally make them stick.
Let's start with the science. How do habits actually work in the brain? Because once you understand the mechanism, you can use it to your advantage.
I've heard about something called the habit loop. Can you explain it?
Of course! Every habit, good or bad, follows the same 3-step loop. Step 1 is the cue, a trigger that tells your brain to start the habit. Step 2 is the routine, the behavior itself, what you actually do. Step 3 is the reward, the positive feeling or result that follows.
So, for example, with my phone habit from episode 6, the cue is feeling bored. The routine is picking up my phone and scrolling. And the reward is a tiny hit of entertainment or dopamine.
Exactly. And your brain loves this loop. Every time you complete it, the connection between cue and routine gets stronger, until eventually the cue alone, just feeling bored, automatically triggers the phone-checking behavior without any conscious decision.
So habits become automatic because the brain literally rewires itself around this loop?
Exactly. And this is actually good news because it means you can design your own loops deliberately. You can choose a cue, attach a routine you want to build, and create a reward that makes the behavior enjoyable. You're hacking your own brain in the best possible way.
So if I want to build a reading habit, I need a cue, like getting into bed, a routine, opening my book, and a reward, like feeling proud or relaxed after reading.
Perfect example. The cue and the routine are in your control. The reward grows naturally as the habit becomes part of your identity. And that's a key insight. The strongest habits are ones that feel like who you are, not just what you do.
Say more about that. Habits as identity. That sounds really powerful. So, I am a runner is more powerful than I want to run more. Because a runner runs, it's just what they do. Every small run reinforces that identity. The habit and the identity feed each other.
Think about it this way. There's a difference between saying, I'm trying to read more, and saying, I'm a reader. The first is a goal. The second is an identity. When you see yourself as a reader, picking up a book is what people like you do. It's consistent with who you are. The habit becomes effortless because it's self-reinforcing. Listeners, which habit would you love to make part of your identity?
Okay, I want to talk about failure because I've tried to build habits before and they've collapsed. I go strong for a week, then miss a day, feel guilty, and give up completely. Why does this happen?
What you're describing is one of the most common habit failure patterns. It has a name, the all or nothing mindset. You feel like if you can't do it perfectly, there's no point doing it at all. But that thinking is completely wrong when it comes to habits.
Why is it wrong? If I miss a day, doesn't that break the habit?
Missing one day never breaks a habit. What breaks a habit is missing 2 days in a row. Think of it like this. If you drop your phone on the floor, the phone falls. That's one missed day. But you pick it up immediately and it's fine. You don't throw the phone away just because you dropped it.
Ha! But that's what I do with habits. I drop them once and then throw them away completely.
Most people do. So the rule is never miss twice. If you miss a day, that's okay. It happens. But make sure the very next day you do the habit again, no matter how small. Even one push-up, one page, 1 minute, it doesn't matter. You're proving to yourself that the habit is still alive.
Never miss twice. That's a rule I can actually remember. What's the second reason habits fail?
The second big reason is starting too big. People get motivated and try to do everything at once. They go from 0 exercise to going to the gym every day, from never reading to finishing a chapter every night. The motivation fades within 2 weeks and the habit collapses.
So we're back to starting small. 2 pages, 2 minutes, 1 push-up. The same advice keeps coming up in every episode.
And here's something reassuring. Research shows it takes an average of 66 days to form a new habit, not 21 as many people believe. So be patient with yourself. Real change takes time, and that is completely normal.
66 days! That means roughly 2 months of daily effort before a habit feels truly automatic. That's not forever, but it's longer than most people expect. Setting that expectation helps you push through the difficult middle weeks.
Because it's true! Small habits that are easy to do build momentum. Momentum creates consistency. Consistency creates results. It's a slow but unstoppable process, like a snowball rolling downhill. It starts tiny, but it grows with every rotation. Listeners, have you ever started a habit too big and watched it collapse? Tell us your story in the comments.
Mia, let's get practical. 2 strategies. What are the most effective techniques for actually building a new habit and keeping it going long term?
The first technique I love is called habit stacking. The idea is beautifully simple. You attach a new habit to an existing one. You use the existing habit as the cue for the new one.
Can you give me some examples? I want to really understand how this works in practice.
Of course, the formula is after I do this, I will do that. For example, after I make my morning coffee, I will read for 10 minutes. Or, after I sit down at my desk, I will write my 3 most important tasks for the day. Or, after I brush my teeth at night, I will do 5 minutes of stretching.
So I'm using something I already do automatically, like making coffee, as a trigger for something new. I'm borrowing the momentum of an old habit to launch a new one.
Perfectly put. And the reason habit stacking is so powerful is that you don't need to create a new cue. You already have a reliable one. You've been making coffee every morning for years. That routine is deeply automated. Now you just attach reading to it.
That's brilliant. And what's the second strategy?
Environment design. Something we've touched on in several episodes. The idea is simple but profound. Make good habits easy and bad habits hard by changing your physical environment.
So it's not about willpower, it's about setting up your surroundings to work for you.
Exactly. Want to read more? Put a book on your pillow each morning so it's the first thing you see at night. Want to eat healthier? Put fruit on the counter and hide the biscuits at the back of a high shelf. Want to exercise more? Sleep in your workout clothes. Every barrier you remove makes the habit easier to do.
Sleep in your workout clothes. I love that. It's almost cheating, but it works because you remove the friction of getting changed in the morning.
That's the whole game. Reduce friction for good habits, increase friction for bad ones. Your environment should be your ally, not your enemy. Design your space, design your days, and your habits will follow naturally. Listeners, how will you redesign your environment to support the habit you want to build?
Word of the day time. Our final 3 words of the entire Daily Habits series. I want these to be really special. Mia, the stage is yours.
Word number 1, trigger. 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 A trigger is something that causes a reaction or starts a process. In habits, it's the cue that starts the behavior. For example, for many people, feeling stressed is a trigger for unhealthy eating or excessive phone use.
Trigger. Understanding your triggers is so powerful. Once you know what starts a bad habit, you can interrupt it or replace it with a better response. Awareness is everything.
Word number 2, momentum. 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 Momentum is the force that keeps something moving and makes it easier to continue once it has started. For example, once you build momentum with a habit, it becomes easier to maintain than it was to start.
Momentum. Small habits done consistently build momentum, and momentum makes everything feel easier over time. like a snowball or a wheel that just needs a push to keep spinning.
Word number 3, consistency. 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 Consistency means doing something regularly over time without giving up, even when motivation is low. For example, the difference between people who achieve their goals and those who don't is almost always consistency, not talent or intelligence.
Consistency, the most important word of the whole series. Not perfection, not intensity, just showing up day after day, even when it's hard. Trigger, momentum, consistency. 3 words that explain how lasting change really works. All right, friends, this is it, the final episode of the Daily Habits series. 3 big ideas from today. Number 1, understand the habit loop. Cue, routine, reward. Design your own loops intentionally and build habits that become part of your identity.
Number 2, expect imperfection and plan for it. Never miss twice. Start embarrassingly small. Build momentum slowly and trust the process, even when progress feels invisible.
And number 3, use habit stacking and environment design. Attach new habits to existing ones. Redesign your environment to make good habits easy and bad habits harder. Let your surroundings do the heavy lifting.
Thank you so much for joining us for all 10 episodes of the Daily Habits series. We hope this journey has given you both better English and better habits. Now, pick one habit, just one, and start today. Not tomorrow, today.
If you've enjoyed this series, please give us a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. Your support means everything to us and helps us reach more English learners around the world.
This is Mia and Leo signing off from the Daily Habits series. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep building those habits, one small step at a time. We'll see you in the next series.